President, you've been very specific in saying that you would like the EU to purchase U.S. energy. Is there something specific that you would like China to do?
What's up, fellow patriots? Welcome back to Right View Nation channel, where we tell it like it is and stand up for America first. Today, we're diving into a fresh clip from Forbes Breaking News, where President Trump, yes, the real commander-in-chief, makes it crystal clear that military action against Iran is absolutely on the table if they push for nuclear weapons. And you better believe I have some thoughts on this. Let's break it down point by point because, folks, this is exactly the kind of leadership we need back in the White House.
Well, you'll be hearing about that, yeah. There are a lot of things I'd like China to do.
Are there some examples?
There are a lot of things that I want China to do, and I'll be telling China what that is. Not you, but I'll be telling China.
Mr. President, on Iran, you said the other day that if they do not agree to a potential nuclear deal, that it would be very dangerous for them. What specifically
Well, they
did you
can't
mean?
have a nuclear weapon.
Did you mean military action, though, if they don't agree?
Oh, if necessary? Absolutely, yeah.
Do you have a,
And do you have
a deadline for these
Yeah,
talks?
I do.
And
You're talking about with Iran?
Yes.
Yeah, I
They're saying
do.
it's not
Do you want something
negotiable.
definitive this weekend, or do you see this as the start of a process?
It's a start.
Do you have a timeline?
We have a little time, but we don't have much time
Who is starting the
because we're not going to let them have a nuclear weapon.
Is
Can't
it
let them have a
awkward to
nuclear
be
weapon.
there, Mr. President?
And we're going to let them thrive. I want them to thrive. I want Iran to be great. The only thing they can't have is a nuclear weapon. They understand that.
When is
You know, the people are so incredible in Iran, and they're so smart. They're very smart people. But, you know, they're in a rough situation, rough regime. But they understand, and the leaders understand.
Mr.
And I'm
President,
not asking for much. I don't, they can't have a nuclear weapon, and I've said that. And I was a little bit surprised because when the election was rigged, I figured they'd get the weapon because with me they were broke. They were broke. They had no money because of the sanctions. Nobody could buy oil. We did that to Venezuela just recently, and we'll do it to other countries if we have to.
When is the clock
I
run
want
out
to
on
see.
this?
I want to see Russia and Ukraine make a deal. They got to make a deal. When schools get blown up and bad things happen, like I'm hearing about, it's no good. I hope we're going to make a deal with Russia and Ukraine. But with Iran, yeah, if it requires military, we're going to have military. Israel will obviously be very much involved in that. He'll be the leader of that. But nobody leads us. We do what we want to do.
When would the
have an
clock run
opportunity?
out on the talks?
Say-
Before you might, when would the talks need to conclude before you might do military?
I can't really be specific, but you know, when you start talks, you know if they're going along well or not. And I would say the conclusion would be when I think they're not going along well. So that's just a feeling.
First off, Trump was asked about China. Now, he didn't spill all the beans, and I get it, because you don't show your hand to your enemies. Unlike this current so-called administration that leaks like a sieve, Trump knows that you negotiate from strength, not weakness. He's got specific demands for China, and he's going to deliver them directly, not through the media circus. That's called strategic leadership, folks. That's how you win against communist China. Now on to the biggest part of this clip, Iran. Trump didn't mince words. He made it very clear, Iran is not going to get a nuclear weapon under his watch. Period. End of story. And you know what? That is what true leadership looks like. He didn't dance around it. He said, if necessary, and I quote, absolutely, military action is on the table. You see, a strong America is a safe America. When the world knows we mean business, wars don't start. Wars happen when America looks weak, and right now under Biden, we look weaker than ever. Trump was also asked about a timeline for talks with Iran. He said there's a little time, but not much. He made it clear he wouldn't let the talks drag on like some endless D.C. committee hearing. No way. If Iran plays games, if they stall, Trump would know, and he'd act fast. Compare that to Biden and Blinken and the rest of the clown show. They're begging Iran to come back to the table while Iran laughs at us behind our backs. And listen, Trump said something important that the media will never give him credit for. He praised the people of Iran. He called them smart, incredible people stuck under a brutal regime. That is important, folks. Trump can separate the tyrannical leaders from the citizens because he knows it's not the average Iranian that's the problem. It's the radical Islamic regime running the show. The left likes to lump everyone together, but Trump, he speaks to the people, not just the corrupt politicians. And let's not forget, Trump hammered Iran economically with sanctions like the world's never seen. He had them broke. They couldn't sell oil. Their economy was in shambles. Same with Venezuela. Trump brought the hammer down there too. That's what winning looks like, folks. Peace through strength. Not paying off terrorists with pallets of cash like Obama did. Now, real quick, Trump also talked about Russia and Ukraine. He said he wants them to make a deal. You know why? Because when innocent schools and civilians are being blown up, it's evil. It's wrong. And guess what? Under Trump, Putin didn't dare invade anybody. You know why? Because he respected and feared American power. You don't mess with the strong horse, folks. Simple as that. Last big point. Trump said that if military action is needed against Iran, Israel will be very involved. But he made it clear, America leads itself. No one tells us what to do. Not Israel, not NATO, not the UN. That's sovereignty, baby. He respects our allies, but he will never let another country call the shots over our brave men and women in uniform. Amen to that. Look, folks, love him or hate him, Trump understands that America's survival depends on strength, not surrender. Iran cannot, must not, and under a real America First administration, will not get nuclear weapons. This clip reminds us why we need leadership rooted in patriotism, common sense, and a backbone made of American steel. Thanks for tuning in, Patriots. Smash that like button if you believe in peace through strength. Subscribe if you love America, and drop a comment. Do you think Iran should be stopped by any means necessary? Let me know. Until next time, God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.